I feel like I've played this clip of 10-year anniversary for this show. I've been doing this now for 16 years. I feel like I've played this clip, I don't know, a dozen times over those years. It's just different people saying the exact same thing. And it's so nice to be able to play a clip with the newest member of the right. Predicted this some time ago, and we knew that Dave Rubin was deciding he was looking more carefully at where his bread was being buttered. Here he is with Glenn Beck, Friday, visiting the boss, going in, talking to the boss, as it were, for Dave Rubin, and this is pretty good. This is a pretty good one.
Dave, you're Jewish.
Yeah.
I feel, as I was listening to you for the first time, I just
want to say, look, a lot of people are going to mock Dave Rubin and this and that, but I think it takes a lot of guts for him to admit to his audience that he's Jewish. So good for Dave Rubin for doing that. That's really good.
Dave, you're Jewish. I feel, as I was listening to you for the first time, I feel kind of like I bet a lot of Jews felt in Germany, where you're like, but that's so crazy. They'd never do that. And you look back now and go, all of the signs were there. They were telling you what they were going to do. How did you miss it? Am I crazy for thinking that?
Yes.
It's one of those things where you start thinking it and you go, oh, could we really be there? And that's part of why it's so hard to think about it in a clear way. Could we really be there? And I actually think the answer is yes. If these people were to get the institutional power, they will do all of the things that they purport Trump to believe in and to do that he never does.
Incidentally, they're talking about Antifa people who are going to get institutional power and then, I guess, treat conservatives like Jews during the Holocaust.
He means Joe Biden as Antifa people, by the way. That's why he's voting for Trump this time.
Yeah, there's no difference between leftists and liberals in their mind.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's quite the point. I mean, that's true. There is difference, but I also don't know that. I think it's even sort of. I don't think leftists are going to take the power and then end up, herding people into trains and to concentration camps, right?
Well, Dave changes the question he's asked, because Glenn asks him, do you think they might be Hitlerian? And then Dave says, yeah, I think they might just be exactly what they say Trump is. Doesn't really answer the question.
No. I mean, the amazing thing is I guess the idea is that Glenn's trying to say, are we missing all the signs that now people forget what kind of a lunatic Glenn Beck was when he was on Fox and frankly on CNN for that matter. He was developing all of these conspiracies that many of which at its core were developed by anti-Semites. Where he would have all these sort of conspiracies, and somebody had embedded socialist messages into the building of 30 Rockefeller Center, and I mean, I'm not kidding. Like literally, he was saying these things. Now they may have had iconography of the era or something, but the Rockefellers weren't necessarily looking to overthrow the status quo that much. And he's circling back around and he's using Dave Rubin as cover. I mean, first of all, the fact that Dave Rubin's Jewish does not give him any insight to what Jews were, or necessarily what Jews were feeling in the 1930s in Germany. That would require Dave Rubin to have read, and that would have required Dave Rubin for the capacity to read and also assess things from what he's read. And he hasn't established that that's a fact yet, right? I mean, is there any evidence that Dave Rubin actually can read things and sort of, I don't know, understand them?
Come on.
I don't think there is, but it's just shocking. And you know what else? I mean, he could have said like, I love how they, we'll tell people that you're Jewish, but we're going to keep the other thing on the DL because we don't want to get, it's going to be too much of a problem. I mean,
yeah, Glenn, why did you have to tell them that? I hate standpoint epistemology.
Did Jews excommunicate people? Just wondering.
I would like to share a Three Arrows video that, like, this is sort of them doing this argument. This is how societies turn cruel featuring Sargon of Akkad. But basically, they're aping what leftists were saying about the concentration camps. I would say the freak out about the concentration camps and that terminology was pretty revealing in how sensitive they are about the accurate use of that term. And I think Three Arrows does a good job in this video demonstrating how actually societies do get like that. So if Glenn and Dave were curious about something like that, I would point them to that Three Arrows video.
Yeah, I'm sure they're really going to watch it.
And the people that are on YouTube looking for a response to that.
No, all those people who freaked out at AOC for calling the concentration camps, I find it really galling as a Jew myself and someone who just cares about the world. Like, never again doesn't just mean never again for Jews.
Right.
I mean, that's not how I think about it.
No.
I think it means never again for anyone. But, some people disagree.
Yeah, that was undoubtedly not the point. We're just narrowly we've built all of these remembrance memorials just to narrowly tailor our message. Can happen to others, but not to us. All right, let's just do this one more clip and then we'll get to some phones and some IMs.